Welcome in everyone to the weekly tarot reading, and this is for this week starting January. Wow, I am way off here. July 22nd, which is today, Monday, and this will be through Sunday. So we just had the Capricorn full moon last night. So we're gonna tap into that energy as we are still in that energy and see how that's impacting our week, and other messages or guidance for the collective that is important for you guys to hear. Again, tapping into the general collective. So this may resonate for some of you, may not for some. There may be some messages in here that kind of get your attention that you needed to hear. If you are watching this, there's usually a reason for that. So definitely watch to the end so you can see what the important stuff for you to hear for this week was. Definitely this full moon in Capricorn was a big energy. It seems like everything going on lately is big, which I think it is. That's kind of wrapping up a lot of karmic energies, karmic ties, which completely makes sense when we look back to the reading starting in July, that a lot of it was speaking to really being aware of these ties, these karmic or energy ties that have binded us to people, places, events, heartbreak, trauma that we're still tethered to, right? We're still hooked into and that are still impacting us. And that this has really been a time that our higher selves and our guides have been trying to really put it in our face to say, hey, these are still, things that we haven't integrated or unhooked from. And they've kind of hit ahead. So that's kind of where we've been. And now that that Capricorn full moon is really kind of wrapping that up for us. So anything that we fully haven't unhooked from, that hasn't been serving us, or that really we don't need to engage in anymore, are again closing. Are either, if it's energy wise or if it's beliefs, ideas, programs, we really need to end that. And I think we're finally being really aware and starting to take the steps to react differently, or even respond instead of react. If it's relationships or people, you're probably finding that things are finally, we're walking away from things, we're cutting toxic people out. We're just not engaging anymore with people. We're putting up really strong boundaries and actually keeping those boundaries. Situations, even work. Again, these are things that have been sucking the energy out of us more than being something that's been expanding us, that's helping us grow, or even just filling us up in new ways. So that's kind of been the theme, and that is the theme of the full moon last night. So it'll be interesting to see what pops up for this week. And as usual, because it was the full moon, I'm gonna pull some cards from the Moonology Oracle deck. I am tapping into my Tarot de la Nuit deck, which is kind of has that darker full moon kind of images. So I thought I'd use that. And then because there's some big stuff going on, I am pulling a card from the Gaia Oracle deck. These have amazing messages and art that have really profound kind of information, meanings on them. So I'm going to pull a card from there. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to start with the Moonology cards. If you like this reading, definitely hit that like button. Hit subscribe if you want to stay connected or join the Lyran Soul Tribe. And let me know in the comments how this full moon has been impacting you. and how this reading resonates. All right, I think we're good and shuffled here. Look at this, full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. And this, we're heading into Leo time in August. And also, you know, Leo is the lion. And then we have the portal opening up, the 8/8 portal, which is the Lion's Gate, they call it. So this definitely is fitting. We have adjustments are required, third quarter moon. And then the full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. So we have been in Cancer season. So this, look at that, we're going from Cancer to Leo, even though it's kind of a personal issue reaches resolution. I did read that. So I think this is just acknowledging that shift in energy as we shift from one sign to the other. And we have these, look at this, 2 full moons, which is spot on for the full moon we just had in Capricorn. I do feel like I said, these personal issues, these ties that binded us, these things that we've been dealing with for some time, most of these things that have been popping up are long-term issues or long-term karmic connections. And we are reaching the point of, like this card says, reaching a resolution. And this is really to wrap this up. So if these relationships or situations or beliefs, again, they're more things that really have been doing us more harm than good. And it's time to kind of reach a resolution. So whatever that means for you, that's definitely going to happen as we move into Leo time. I do feel like, which is kind of the opposite message of what, you know, you normally hear, but I do feel like you've been really, like I said, getting to the point, setting boundaries, like, nope, I'm not tolerating certain things or this anymore. I do feel like maybe it's gone a little overboard with you, that like you're almost, your ego, your pride is like, and I get it, right? When you've dealt with someone or something for so long and it's just, you just have reached kind of that volcano moment or like tower moment where you're just like, I'm not tolerating this anymore, or I'm not dealing with this. Sometimes you get really almost aggressive. I do feel like it's just saying, you know what? I do feel like the situations that I'm picking up on are definitely things that we need to resolve or detach from or walk away from. But I do feel like we need to do it in kind of like a more compassionate, understanding way, even though some of these people or situations have not been understanding of your emotions. I do feel like it's like, don't let your pride get in the way and adjustments are required. So it's like, maybe we've gone about it a certain way and maybe we need to just adjust a little bit to really create a solution or resolution that works for everybody. I'm not going to say that for all of you out there watching this, that however you move forward, especially from these long-term situations, that both people, especially if there's, you know, relationship or dynamics involved, that everyone's going to be happy about it. They're not. But for you, I think there's something about an adjustment that needs to be made for you to finally close this chapter out, or find a solution, and not just be lingering in the energy still. So let's pull one of the Gaia cards. So this is the dream. Something is revealed, insight and breakthrough. And again, we have this full moon. So definitely we're getting the impact of this full moon. It's showing in the cards and what we're pulling here. And I'm actually going to pull one more. Goddess of creation, transformation, creativity, wholeness. So I'm going to put that one over here. Hopefully you can see that. Maybe I'll set that down there. So I'm going to actually read these because the messages on these are really great. I love these cards. So the dream here, you will soon break free from a situation that has been causing you concern. Exactly what we were just talking about. Something will be revealed either in a dream or through someone you know and trust. This information you receive will give you an insight into something that has remained hidden from you for some time. This will be a big relief for you as you realize that your concerns and fears were unnecessary and unfounded. All is well that ends well. However, do not forget this episode, for it is a recurring theme for you. We talked about that, right? These are karmic patterns that we've been dealing with for a long time. The next time you are unsure of something, try to refrain from jumping to conclusions which are not based on fact. Also, pay attention to your dreams. Try to remember them as you wake up. With time, you will intuitively learn their symbolic language. This message had been floating around in your dream state for some time. So I do feel like, this has been happening to me a lot, so I'm assuming for a lot of you. People have been having a lot of dreams about these situations, getting information through their dreams. So there is something that is, you're being spoken to through your dreams and sleep time. You're being revealed information and wisdom. It may not be like something specific about your, situation that like some shocking revelation, but it could just be learning more wisdom and guidance about the past and about kind of, again, what you're dealing with and how to move forward. But I feel like it does definitely brings about a breakthrough, and that's where we have a personal issue reaches resolution. Maybe that's too where the adjustments are required. Maybe we're dealing with a lot of fear and anxiety about this, or we're deceptively we're pulling the truth from our situations based on our past and our fears. And maybe you finally you actually have communicate with somebody or learn something as well that helps you also learn that, okay, maybe I shouldn't have been so anxious or afraid about a new direction I'm moving. For the goddess of creation, number 7, it's time for you to chill out and let go of rigid, fixed ideas. Relax and take time out to just be. You really have been trying too hard lately and are taking things far too seriously. This has blocked your creativity and caused your energy levels to be low. You probably tell yourself that you don't have time to relax, but you must make the time. Make this a priority and you'll find that an interesting transformation takes place. Your creativity will increase and you will feel revitalized. Your mind may be telling you that relaxation is a futile waste of time, yet the opposite is true. Relaxation will slow down your thoughts and open your heart. And it will have a big effect on your entire well-being. Your well-being is of paramount importance right now, so do not take it for granted. Okay, yeah. Definitely it's time to focus on you. And the focus really needs to be on, like the card said, relaxing, disconnecting, especially from things that have been draining your energy. So if it's work or like to do things, daily things that are just part of the grind, we need to kind of slow down from that. And that can be tied, all of this too, can be tied to this karmic ties can be about belief systems. So if we're always in this belief that we have to be busy or we're not worthy unless we're productive, things like that are also belief systems that we need to detach, disconnect from, and reprogram ourselves and create new habits. All right, let's get into the tarot message here for everybody for the week here. Knight of Wands. There's the Leo energy. Lots of it coming in here. Strength. Four of Cups. It's interesting with this deck, and I heard right away this lackadaisical kind of mentality right now. Like, she's kind of not focused on anything and kind of in this state of, I do feel like overwhelmed as well. Like she's kind of just like in a daze, overwhelmed by things that have been going on and not really focused on anything. The Lovers, the Star, and of course the Four of Swords. The Empress, and then we got the Two of Cups. So I do feel like these three cards are speaking to us overcoming, again, this could be you specifically in kind of your personality or energy, but this too is a lot to do with our connections. The Knight of Wands is someone that we can't rely on. They're not that mature or responsible. They really are kind of self-focused. You know, I was trying to make it sound better than selfish, but they're very more focused on themselves and what they want. And the Knight of Wands is also very reactive or impulsive. So there's something about overcoming this sort of, either this connection, these types of connections in our life. And I'm getting to connections we just can't trust, right? We can't trust, we don't feel safe with. And we need to really, I feel like these have drained us with the Four of Cups. They've really been draining, and to the point where we're finally like, again, with the boundaries and the over it, like I'm not dealing with this anymore. It's really drained you to the point of like, you're really seeing the impacts on your emotional, mental, and even physical well-being. And it's time to focus on yourself and really find courage and the strength to kind of, you know, keep these people. It's like she's looking forward. This Knight of Wands is, it's like they're facing backwards. So they're a little distorted in why they are the way they are. And it's almost like she's looking off in, you know, obviously not forwards. There's no forward movement here. These people are kind of stuck in the past, and you're moving forward and you're overcoming these things as well. But there's definitely this pause of needing to almost recuperate from, especially even since the beginning of the year, there's been a lot going on. There's like this time of recuperation, like we need to rest and relax, like this card said. And there's a choice here. There's a choice to, we have two cards of healing. So it's choosing what's the most healing for us. What's in our best good? What is it that we really want in our lives? What is our wish? What is our desires? And really taking the time to make that a priority over others. And I feel like in this Lovers card, it's almost someone is also trying to, this could be a little manipulation of like trying to get you to focus on them or make a decision that they want you to make. But it's time for you to say, nope, you know, this isn't in my best good. Even though I know you want that, this isn't in my best good. So I'm going to make a decision for myself. And I think doing that, you're definitely moving in a new energy field. And you've been really the Empress here. You've been like, I'm getting that like gestating a new life even. You've been manifesting something. Something's about to birth that really is something that's, Two of Cups is again about the having connections that there's that reciprocation. There's you give and they give back to you. And there's this like very fulfilling transactional relationship where the transaction that's occurring is in the best good of both of you. And I feel like in the past, these transactions between your connections have been one-sided more, that you tend to give up more or overlook your needs and desires to give other people what they want, and you're not getting the reciprocation back. But that's changing, so that's positive. So let's see what's going on the external situation in your reality. The King of Swords, Eight of Cups, Ace of Cups. Yeah, some of you are actually walking away from a connection or somebody here. I do feel like this person, they could be just an air sign. So Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Or there's somebody who is really just, they're not really connected to their emotions, and they're not very good at expressing their emotions or communicating or being able to understand and, maturely support you from an emotional standpoint. And that's kind of you walking away from that. With the Ace of Cups, though, I do feel like there has been a long period where you've been emotionally almost stunted because of either the person you're connected to or just like, again, situations or your environment have been really like soul-sucking for a long time. And this recuperation is needed for you to finally refill your cup back up, because it's been empty for so long, because people have been sucking your cup dry. But also, like, I feel because of these other people too, you've been so drained that you haven't done a good job at also nurturing yourself and filling your own cup. I'm going to pull one more here. King of Pentacles. So we have the King of Swords, and then on the other end, the King of Pentacles, which is interesting here. It's almost too like someone, even though the kings are considered, the very mature masculines of the tarot, I do feel like this could be two different individuals, or it could be one person that eventually does transform. But I feel like this King of Swords, when we look at the duality of the card, right, there's positive and negatives to every card. But this King of Swords to me is like, the swords are about mental and logic and communication. So I feel like he, that can be more of a mental manipulation, where he isn't good with, as far as, he's good at communicating and speaking, but he's not good at making things actually happen. That can be someone who promises a lot or says a lot, but their actions don't align. And then I feel with this King of Pentacles, like this person is actually able to like show up and manifest and externally in the physical world through his actions have proof and show you an experience that's tangible, right? You're able to actually experience what they say they're going to do. And this is also someone, the King of Pentacles, who's very, could be someone who's very built up in his life. He's already built a really strong, stable life. And it could be that you're walking away from one person and there's someone new coming in. I'm going to get some clarifiers here. So one for the King of Swords, Five of Cups. Yeah, this person either has caused you a lot of grief and suffering, or because you're walking away from them, they're also in this state of grief and loss for losing the relationship. Let's get one for the Eight of Swords, or sorry, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups. Yeah, something really big is coming in for you. The 10 and the Ace of Cups. I mean, this is like total realization of fulfillment, emotionally, and love, connections, abundance. And I feel like you are karmically detaching from the old, which is allowing the new to come in. And this King of Pentacles here. Three of Wands. It's almost like either two, this person has been waiting. This person has been waiting a long time for you. It doesn't mean that you've known them, but it could just be that they've been wishing for their person, and they've kind of been, you know, waiting for this person to come into their life. And that's you, and you finally come in. It could be too that you've been waiting a long time and this person finally shows up. Oops, we got some flyers here, so I'm gonna... The Temperance and the Page of Cups. Yeah, definitely this person is coming in and offering, you know, they definitely want to pursue something with you. You know, this Temperance card too is this like level of alchemy between the two of you, that the universe has been kind of divinely guiding you guys together. And the Three of Wands can also be committing to, you know, the process of relationship with each other. And the page too can be about like a message. So you could connect via some sort of way. This could be online, or do they just reach out if it is somebody you knew in the past. But I definitely feel like you're moving forward. I'm going to get one more for this King of Swords, Five of Cups, Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's just like this has been too long. It's definitely, to me, this has been going on a long time. And it's kind of like long overdue, where it's just like, it's just divine timing that this chapter closed, because it was just like too much of, again, this was probably a karmic connection, and like the baggage and the weight and just the level of difficulty. It's like you both, or you, I feel, is like, okay, I'm moving on. And then the Eight of Cups, the Devil. Yeah, you're walking away from a karmic situation here. Yes. A karmic situation where somebody was very... This person is difficult to deal with. The Emperor on the kind of negative aspect here with the Devil means this person is very stubborn. It's kind of their way or the highway. They're just unwilling to change. There's just this like unmovable energy on their side. Like they're just not going to change or do anything different. And that's really like a karmic, they have a karmic tie too to something that they're unable to unhook from. And you're just like, you're at a point where you're like, well, you realize this, that like I feel like you've tried, but now it's like, you're just gonna detach and move forward. And you doing that again, there's definitely something a lot better coming in for that. Alrighty. I just wanted to see these oracle cards here. I wanted to get one for this adjustments are required card. I just want to see a little bit more about what... Can you clarify this adjustments are required card? Magician. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's been a lot of resistance in this connection or situation. And I feel like it's saying like you're, just like I said earlier, this like dead set of like, which is good, you're setting boundaries, and but you're unmovable. And it could be too that someone else is unmovable, but I feel like this adjustments are required or kind of more guidance for you listening. So take it and you can swap the roles if you're the Emperor here, but I kind of feel like if you're watching, you're probably on the receiving side of the Emperor here. But there's this like hardcore, like, you know what, I'm immovable, you're not getting in, I'm not, maybe you're just like, I'm not communicating, but I feel like you need to be a little bit more, I mean, you're manifesting something here, and I don't think you need to be afraid anymore of this person or of what's going to happen with you two. I think it's just be your authentic self, communicate, and just be, you know, I think it's just be less of this Seven of Wands energy and more in this Magician energy. You have the power, you have the strength with the Leo energy here, and you have a lot of energy protecting you as well. So I feel like if there's any fear in regards to the situation or how it's going to unfold, I think you just have to trust and surrender, because you've been manifesting this. And I feel like also how this is going to kind of wrap up or come to a solution as well is going to be positive. And maybe you're not so, you know, trusting that it will, but it's going to. So, all right, everyone. Lots of intense stuff. So we're wrapping up all these ties leading into Leo, the Lion's Gate. So I will leave you with that, everyone. Have a good week ahead, and I will see you in the next reading.